With over 350 freestyle motocross competitions in 22 countries on 4 continents, in front of more than 4 million fans, Night of the Jumps is here with all of the freestyle motocross, BMX, mountain bike and scooter action. Hi and welcome, here we are, Berlin 2026. This is the first round of competition for the season. We've got a big season coming up. At the moment, it looks like we'll be finishing probably the last weekend of December over in Turkey. So starting now until end of December, anything can happen in freestyle motocross, BMX, mountain bike, scooter action, trampoline as well. And tonight, coming into this show, we are going to see some of the best riders in the world throwing down. Now, leading into this event, we have had maybe not the best weather conditions here in Berlin. Last night, I didn't even know if we were going to have maybe half the riders turning up. All the flights were cancelled coming into Berlin. We had Marc Pinyol looking for flights to other cities. They were all cancelled. Oh my God, it's been an absolute nightmare. But here we are, we're in Berlin. All riders have finally managed to make it. Even our crew has turned up. I think Jörg Mitter, our photographer there from Red Bull, he was our last guy to make it this afternoon. Everybody's here. We're going to have some crisp photos. We've got awesome competition. A little bit of stress coming into this first round, but the guys have definitely put it behind them. Training was off the hook this morning. So coming into this competition, I'm not a betting man and actually it's a good thing because I wouldn't know who to put my money on right now. Luc Ackermann had 5 double backflips in a row in training. He was working on some combos with double backies. And the reason why, the late call, Pat Bowden is here in Berlin. Pat Bowden last year in Dresden was the first rider to beat Luc in I think 22 events. So I think Luc might be feeling a little bit of heat coming into this event on his home soil, the local German here in Berlin. But Luc will be looking for a win and to try and keep Pat Bowden at bay because this is a long season. It's the World Tour, and we want to see who ends up on top of the championship come the end of the season. I had a little bit of a chat earlier on to Luc during the pit party, and normally he's talking about go big or go home, which he did, but something else popped into his vocabulary, and that was maybe playing it a little bit safe, or at least being safe coming into this event. So will Luc push it to the limit like we've seen him before, or is he looking for the whole championship? We will see what happens. So Pat Bowden, he's here. We've also got some big names, and they're about to come out in just a moment. For the mountain bike, BMX and scooter guys, Alejandro Bonafe, he is also here to defend his 2025 title. I believe he took all the wins. I think maybe there was one event that he was beaten. So 5 out of 6 events in 2025, Alejandro took the win. Whoa, hang on. The action's already started behind me. I'm going to turn around and see who's in. That was Libor, Podmol, Marc Pinyol, Wyatt, Fontenot, Pat Bowden, Matej, Cesak, Davide Rossi, Luc Ackermann there. And nice knack to start the show. Well, that was a different way to start Night of the Jumps. Normally, we go through the riders one by one, but tonight we have started with a train. Everybody's in. And here we go. So there we go, the opening train to bring everybody in to the arena. And with my colleagues in the middle, Andy Brevy there on screen, introducing the riders for tonight's show. Also with Max Henning, who will be leading the charge with the mountain bike, BMX, and scooter show. So on screen there, we have, who have we got there? Mikolaj Tempka. First rider there. Oh, well, look who's on screen now. This guy, the washed up FMX rider who just took the job of talking. So, sorry you had to see that ugly mug up close. There we go, Andy Brevi on screen. And he's about to introduce our freestyle motocross riders to you in just a moment. 8 riders tonight. We have 2 qualification rounds, 4 riders per round. The top 2 riders will go through to a top 4 final. Best whip tonight, all 8 riders will actually be competing in the best whip. There is Max Henning, also being introduced here to this local German crowd. So we've got former, let's say current riders, also here in the middle, calling the show for this pretty much sold out Berlin event. It's actually been a minute since we've been in Berlin. We missed last year. We pushed the event back to this February. So it's great to be back in the hometown of Night of the Jumps. This must be actually the 26th year of Night of the Jumps. Unbelievable. Running out of Berlin, Germany, a tour that has crisscrossed the world over the 26 years, 4 continents, 4 million people have been to these events in person to watch some of the craziest freestyle motocross action. There we go. Now we're getting into the intros. Mikolaj Tempka there, otherwise known as Zapsa FMX. Follow that guy on Instagram, but definitely here in the YouTube chat. So jump into the chat tonight. Generally, I would have to say Mikolaj wins the chat. It's usually 50% Polish that I have to try and talk about in it. From the Czech Republic, this is Libor Podmol, the 2010 world champion, 6-time runner-up and Dakar rider. This is now Marc Pinyol from Lleida in Spain. Marc Pinyol has a very tough night ahead of him. Of course, the qualifications and looking to get into the final. He'll want to do well in best whip, but we've got something special from Pinyol, and you'll have to stay around after the break if you want to see what Pinyol is going to bring. And for the very first time from Louisiana, America, Wyatt Fontenot. First time ever at Night of the Jumps. I was with him down there in South Africa, King of the Whip. He is your new King of the Whip as of November 2025. And another man that was down there at King of the Whip, but making his return to Night of the Jumps, Pat Bowden from Australia. Now, he was actually supposed to be flying out of Brisbane to come here, but the week or 2 weeks leading up to this event was, let's say, a bit of a nightmare for his preparations with bikes and training and issues, and he ended up driving down to Sydney. He was riding in Sydney 1 hour before he needed to get over and get on a plane. From Czech Republic, from Prague, Matej Cesak, the 2025 Best Whip champion for the full season. Matej Cesak, and also the rider who finished in 3rd overall. Now who finished the season 2025 in 2nd overall from Scarpaccia, Italy, in Tuscany. Davide Rossi, one of the nicest guys on 2 wheels. And 2025's world champion, 4-time consecutive and reigning world champion here at Night of the Jumps. He was the youngest backflipper And coming into 2026, can he make it 5 World Championship titles? Luc Ackermann. He started as the youngest kid to land a backflip at 12 years of age. Right now, he's sitting on 4 consecutive world titles. Can he match in December at the final round in Istanbul, Turkey? Can Luc Ackermann match the record set by Michael Malero of 5 World Championship titles? Or will the 7 other riders tonight have something else to say about that? As the FMX guys make their way out to get ready, because qualification is coming up. We're not very far away from starting this show, but before we get to there, looking at the top of this 10-meter high roll-in inside the Uber Arena in Berlin, we have our first mountain bike riders, and the first rider up, Alejandro Bonafe, Tom Pfeiffer, Reto Heini making his way in, Maty Pekarek, Leon Binckebanck, Peter Castka on his way through, Tobias Freigang, Jerome Hollinger, and Jimi Brandt. They will be your 9 competitors tonight here in the mountain bike, BMX, and scooter competition. 3 different disciplines in one competition. It's a tough one to be a judge for this comp. I am not making any, what's the word? Like, I'm not trying to hide that fact from our judges who have to deal with this, because you've got the big wheels of the MTB, the small wheels of the BMX, and the smallest of wheels on the scooter. There's advantages to each, and there's disadvantages to each. Let's see who can surprise and blow us away the most in that competition. A little bit later on, we'll have a qualification before the break with these guys, and of course, coming after the break, we will have a top 6 final, so 9 riders. We were supposed to start at 10. Unfortunately, Dan Miller is unable to compete tonight. His, I think it's his ankle. His ankle is still giving him grief. So Dan Miller is out of action tonight, but he did build the whole setup. That tower that you just saw and the ramps they hit, Dan Miller, his brother, and his buddy put it all together here. So that was a big day of building yesterday. Peter Castka there on screen, center stage, with Tobias Freigang, Leon Binckebanck beside him. So who has the advantage when it comes into that competition? I'd probably say maybe the MTB guys, more because the tower was built around them. So there we go. Tobias Freigang on screen. Max Henning now. Bring them in. Jerome Hollinger in under that green brain bucket. He's definitely got enough cushioning under that helmet. Looks like Jerome hasn't been to the hairdresser in a while. Probably same goes for this guy, Jimi Brandt, with the Red Bull spec shirt. Keep your eyes out for Jimi Brandt. He's got some different tricks, completely different to everybody else in this competition. We also have the next gen competitions coming up a little bit later on in the year, where we go with the Night of the Jumps team. We take a few of our pro riders, actually some of the pro riders right here on screen. They will come for the pro part of the comp, but actually it's an amateur competition. The very first one we did was last year in Dornbirn, Austria. First next gen event. It brought out so many guys, 31 riders in total, amateurs from all around Europe basically came to the event, sent it basically the minimum trick.
This is the freestyle motocross qualification. All 8 FMX riders will compete. Qualification is in 2 groups of 4 riders. From each group, only the top 2 riders go to the final. Each rider has 7 jumps in their run, plus the best trick in the double.
So there we go. That is the start of qualification. That's the bell to say we're about to get this show on the road. So yes, 2 groups of 4 riders tonight. If I look at my list, the first qualification group, this is going to be tough. Zapsa will be the first rider up against Matej Cesak, Pat Bowden, and Davide Rossi. First 4 riders in this quali. Only 2 riders go through to the final. I'm glad I'm not a judge. Put it that way. This is going to be one of the hardest competitions, I think, to judge tonight. So we have Fabian Bauersachs here in the arena, my neighbor, the legend from German freestyle motocross. I remember actually Fabian came out to Sydney, I think in the year 2000 for Planet X Games. And he was pro rider with Busty Volta up until his retirement in 2013. So we got Fabi in-house. We've got Clint Esposito over there in America and Jose Gaspar in Brazil, with Mike Pfister also joining Fabian Bauersachs here in the arena. But the first rider up from Kalisz, Poland, 27 years of age, riding that Yamaha YZ450, making the changeover from the 252 stroke. Mikolaj Tempka will be the first rider in 2026 to start their run. Whoa, a heart attack Indy. I think he was actually going for a one-handed heart Indy on that one, and it looks like he decided to keep that security hand on. Massive knack backflip. He's a big guy, tall dude, standing high above the bike on that knack backflip. 80 seconds, 7 jumps, and then he will be into the double up. First event of the year, of course, you want to try and be a little bit safe. You need to get through the full season. But you have to try and walk the line and bring in big tricks. And heel click at a super flip, stepping it up on the 2025 version of that trick. It looks like he's had a little bit of practice despite minus 20 degrees. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, somebody has been working on their flip combos in the break. That's his biggest ruler flip I've seen from Zap's. A massive Indy flip. Oh, somebody has turned up with the heat on. Zaps are just getting the last jump in on time with a backflip over the next gen ramp. All right, so he managed to sneak the next gen ramp in there, the biggest ramp on the course. The ramp built or designed by Levi Sherwood, the legend from New Zealand. He won it all in 2017 before retiring. No, 2019. I might have been wrong on that date. I think 2019. He won it all. And I would say he retired way too damn early, but I'm glad he designed such a good ramp like that next gen ramp. Here we go. This is the double up. Worth double the points. Whoa! That was a big seat grab Indy from Zapsa. He has stepped it up since 2025. 2024 was his first season coming in as the reserve rider. He is now on for the full season. Last year, you could really see the change from when he went from the 2-stroke to the 4-stroke. Now, he's starting to look confident on that bike. Well done. Oh, he's right behind me. I didn't even realize. That was a good run. I can't wait to see the slow-mo. I want to see how big that tsunami backflip was from Zapsa. But the judges have got a little bit of work to do. Let's check out the seat grab Indy. Big extension. That was not a little subtle seat grab Indy either. Good extension. He meant to do it. That's exactly what the judges want to see. Yeah, I think that very first jump, maybe a little bit of nerves. Normally that would be his one-handed heart Indy. Big knack. Getting high off the bike, getting a long way away from the bike. No-handed flip. So he was getting kind of the smaller combos out of the way because then he started. Heel clicker to super flip. Then we got this show on the road. Look through tsunami flip. That's easily the best one I've seen from Zapsa. 72.33 points. Massive Indy backflip. That is probably his best score, I think, in Night of the Jumps, despite having a dead sailor backflip off the next-gen ramp. What a way to start. What was that, 72.33? First points of 2026. Oh, man, I'm pumped. I don't know about you guys at home, but that was the best way to start the season. He's such a nice guy. And to see Zapsa, like I said, he's been training in Poland in minus 20 degrees Celsius, which is pretty much kind of the same as minus 20 Fahrenheit. I don't know exactly what it is. For our American viewers, I hope we have a few, because we have an American out here tonight for his very first time at Night of the Jumps. And it's been a while since we've actually had an American here at Night of the Jumps. And the next rider up, from the Czech Republic, only 26 years old. He's been around for so long. I can't believe he's only 26. From Prague, Czech Republic, riding on the KTM 250 SX, the two-stroker. It is Matej Cesak, the 2025 and I think 24 best whip champion for the full season. He's back again. It has been a cold, miserable winter over here in Europe the last couple of months. These guys have had a tough time of getting their training in. Let's see what Matej has done since the final event last year, end of the year in Dusseldorf. I think that was back in November, so it's been a few months since we've seen the guys. Now, Matej Cesak, 7 jumps. He starts on the front flip ramp. No-handed front flip, greasing the landing. Absolutely perfect. That is how you get the job done. What a way to start his run. Heel clicker, super flip, stepping it up. Now, if we were going to go trick for trick, I'd say just a little bit more amplitude from Matej on that one compared to Zapsa, but gee, Zapsa was so much better than what we've seen before. Massive heart attack from Matej. Heart attack, backflip, bringing in the 2 tricks invented by Kerry Hart. Huge whipped out Indy. Ending towards the bike, and then double knack, or 9 o'clock knack out of it. Rolling around now on this 8-meter Euro ramp, sitting at 21.5 meters. I think about 70 feet for the Euro ramps. That's the next gen with a huge ruler. Whoa! Straight up and down, and he held that for a long time. That is the bonus of that next gen ramp. Lazy boy flip, checking out the judges halfway through. Checking out the crowd too, actually, by the looks of that. And now it's time for the double up. Double the points. This is where you want to throw down your biggest trick. He started on a front flip ramp. Will he finish his quali on the front flip ramp? I don't know. Oh, yes he will. All right, he's heading towards the fronty ramp, the rocker ramp. Nice, big knack, front flip to finish his run. What a way to start the season as well for Matej Cesak. Really good, clean run. Exactly what we expect from Matej. Definitely not a rider that really throws any mistakes into a run. I don't think I would be able to think of an event where Matej actually made a mistake. You guys tell me at home if you can. I don't know. I don't think I can remember a time that Matej actually had a mistake in the last 2 or 3 years. That is a massive knack front flip. Actually got his hip and leg over the bike quite a long way on that front flip. Landed it perfectly. That has got to be worth a point or two. This is how he started the run. This is the no-handed front flip. First jump of the night, not even on a regular ramp, on a fronty ramp. That takes balls because there's no speed checks. You just have to go. Heart attack flip, looking good. Coming in nicely, front wheel touching down first. Huge, whipped out, Indy into 9 o'clock. Look through, Indy, backflip. And this is the massive ruler over the next gen ramp. He held it from start to finish. 77.33. Whoa. This is going to be tough because there's only 5 points between Matej, Cesak, and Mikolaj Tempka right now. Oh, wow. Oh. We've got 2 more big name riders coming up, but they're going to have to bring out some pretty big damn tricks to better Matej and Zapsa. So right now, currently, whatever could happen, these two technically could go through to the final. But we have Pat Bowden and Davide Rossi coming up. So the top 2 riders in this qualification will go through to the top 4 final. Pat Bowden, one of the most experienced riders in this competition. From Nitro World Games winner back, I think it was 2017 and 19, or 18 and 19. And tonight, he is rolling in on the Stark Varg. From Australia, 28 years of... How is Pat Bowden only 28? Are you sure he's not 38? He's also been around for so long in the game of freestyle motocross. And he's relatively a young guy. So Pat Bowden riding the fully electric Stark Varg. Coming out of Barcelona, the Stark has been dominating the motocross world lately. And Pat Bowden has been dominating freestyle motocross. Can the two work together tonight? Can Pat tame this 80 horsepower beast? Only a matter of days ago, he was riding a Yamaha YZ250 two-stroke. Now he's on the Stark Varg. First jump, massive ruler flip on the next gen ramp. So Matej Cesak starting out on the front flip ramp. Pat Bowden starting out on the biggest ramp on the course, the next gen, and sending that ruler flip. Front flip ramp now, no-handed front flip. Perfect for a guy who was riding a fossil fuel, dinosaur juice burning machine a matter of days ago to jump on this fully electric bike, completely different feeling, and show a massive cliffhanger backflip. This is unbelievable. That is insane that he can adapt to a bike so easily. Oh, look at the 360. So that looked completely different, actually, kind of a different movement compared to when he was on the two-stroke, because now you don't have the rotational mass spinning from an engine. This is electric. So that 360 was completely different. Oh, double heart attack backflip. Massive. Flip levers up. Here we go. This could be big. Huge tsunami front flip. One more jump to go from Pat. This is insane. What a run so far. Whoa. I don't think I've seen bigger than this in a very long time. Rock solid backflip! Rock solid flip from Pat. That was insane. That is how you finish the run. Oh well. Pat Bowden rolling in to Berlin, first round of competition, and stomping one of the biggest runs we've seen, well, since he did a massive run in Dresden last year. What do you say to that? That was huge. Absolutely no mistakes in that run. Huge tricks, perfect extension on huge tricks. He used, well, how many ramps? He must have used almost every ramp. I didn't see him hit the super kicker, but I know he's got something on the super kicker in the final, if he makes it, of course. But I think that may be a pretty much a guarantee.
Dude, I literally just wrote my trip list like 30 seconds before that. I was a little bit late for work, so I couldn't remember.
All right, watching the slow-mo replay now. This is the start of the competition. The tsunami or ruler backflip. No-handed front flip. Perfect rotation on that. Cliffhanger backflip. Again, everything delivered perfectly. This is the 360. Kind of came out of the ramp a bit different. The twist got different throughout that 360. It was Pat Bowden's style, but I could tell that bike spun differently. It's an electric bike. Front flip tsunami. What a run from Pat. I was hoping we could get Pat's interview in the middle of that, but unfortunately we did go into the slow-mo replays, which I wanted to go through with you guys, but we'll try and get an interview with Pat a little bit later on. But first, 85.5 points to Pat Bowden. That is one of the biggest quali scores we've seen in years. That's a Luc Ackermann score, and that's who he's going to be battling. So right now, guaranteed, Pat Bowden is in the final. Matej Cesak now has to wait nervously. What will Davide Rossi bring to this competition? Davide Rossi finished 2025 as the vice world champion, the runner-up world champion, second position, 33 years of age, from Scarpaccia, Italy, riding on that Yamaha YZ250. So going back to the old technology. Well, I do have to say it's my favorite because I've still got two KTM 252 smokers. But I'm an old guy and I don't like change. To be honest, if I was a young guy, I would be checking out that electric bike. But I love to see when Davide Rossi comes in here on a two-banger and still sending it for the old guys, just like me, and maybe a couple of you guys at home. Here we go, starting the run first on the front flip ramp. Oh, knack front flip. He went a little bit deep and was getting a bit more rotation than he wanted. One hand Indy, rock solid. Good start, nice upright combo from Davide Rossi. Nice tsunami backflip. Getting a good pull out of the ramp on that backflip. Managed to even over-rotate a tiny bit. Huge cliffhanger flip. That might be the biggest cliffhanger flip I've seen from Davide Rossi. That was good. I can see in the background Tom Pfeiffer, our mountain bike rider, just walking past, and he was giving fist pumps. Front flip, no hands. That one was better. Second time around from Davide Rossi. Dead body. Was that the next gen ramp with the dead body from Davide Rossi? 13 seconds on the clock. He's got another jump up his sleeve. Here we go. Backflip. Oh, backflip. Seat grab, Indy. Reach down, grab the seat. I wasn't sure which way he was going to go. If it was going to be a super can Indy or maybe a seat grab Indy. Cordova backflip. Whoa, 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 whoa. Was that Cordova backflip? That was an extra jump just in time. Now we go into the double up. Here we go, double up. This is worth double the points. He's sitting in front of the run-up for the front flip ramp. We've already seen 2 front flip combos. What have we got? Davide Rossi. Whoa, knack. Whoa. No, 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 no. Throw it away. And he's testing out the wall there. Luckily, a nice little cushion on the wall. Davide Rossi. Was it a one-handed knack front flip? I think it was a one-handed knack. From my angle, I'm sitting pretty much directly underneath. I couldn't really see it. I know we've already seen a knack front flip from Davide. Let's head down and listen to Davide.
Oh, gut, sagt der Tutomene, okay. Er hat ein bisschen angeschlagen, die Hose weicht weg. Das ist richtig, richtig bitter jetzt. Minispiace. Das tut mir richtig, richtig leid. Haut hier 3 Frontflips raus.
All right, I thought we were going to get an interview then, but we just got tutto bene. Good enough. So he's still alive. Yes, it was a one-handed front flip knack. And at the end, his foot just started coming off as he came into land. One-handed knack front flip, going into a Superman landing, side saddle slide into the wall. But luckily, the padding there at the end saved him from probably a very sore shoulder minimum. This is how he started the run. The front flip, then going into front flip knack. What else have we got there? One hand indie, rock solid, good upright combo, 2 tricks in one. Nice look through tsunami backflip on the YZ250. Huge cliffhanger flip. I'm going to call it. I think that's the biggest one I've seen from Davide Rossi. No-handed front flip. 79 points. Dead body. So even with the small mistake, the small crash at the end, with the seat grab indie backflip, Davide Rossi snuck into the final by only 1.66 points up his sleeve. That was a close call. Davide nearly got edged out by Matej Cesak. Matej Cesak, fantastic run from him tonight. 77.33 there. He just narrowly missed out on a top 4 final. And Mikolaj Tempka, 72.33 from the pole. So from Heat 1, Pat Bowden and Davide Rossi will be going through to the top 4 final a little bit later on tonight. But before we get to there, we got the next competition coming up. This will be the best whip competition.
Best whip is all about style on the bike. The rider who can whip the back end of the bike out as far as possible to go upside down, inside out, or back to front will be the winner. There are 3 types of whips to keep your eyes peeled for. The turn up, the turn down, or getting the bike as flat as a pancake.
There we go. This is best whip. And we're going to have actually this time all 8 riders competing in best whip. In the last couple of years, you might have noticed we had 6 riders in best whip. We had 6 riders in the synchro competition. Tonight, we said, you know what? Let's push this envelope a little bit more in the best whip competition. I've had so much fun down there in South Africa at King of the Whip. I'm just pumped that we've got more whip here at Night of the Jumps. And we actually have the king of the whip 2025 joining this competition tonight, Wyatt Fontenot. The first time he's ever made it to a Night of the Jumps. He will be one to keep your eyes on, but Matej Cesak, the 2025 whip master, also X Games rider himself, he'll be looking to keep Wyatt off the top of that podium. as the guys get ready. Here we go. Libor Podmol, Zapsa, Marc Pinyol, Luc Ackermann, Matej, Cesak, nice whip. Davide Rossi turned down. Pat Bowden turning it down. Oh my God, Wyatt Fontenot turning it down. So we have 8 riders. The first round we will eliminate 4 riders. Wyatt Fontenot there at the end. Oh! Getting upside down. Matej, Cesak, huge turn down. Davide Rossi, Pat Bowden. Was that off the next gen? A massive turn down. Wyatt getting inside out. Oh, this is going to be tough. A nice knack there from Wyo to finish off the first round. It is best whip. One best whip will do it all. They get 4 bites of the cherry, but it's only the one best whip that counts. And in this first 8 riders, we will eliminate 4 riders. We'll then have the next 4. We'll eliminate 2, and then it'll be a battle head-to-head for the best whip. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't realize I'm on screen. Haha, there we go. Man, that was huge. What do you guys think at home? Who do you think will be in and who do you think will be out? I feel like Luc is probably going to be out. Libor, Zapsa. Man, actually the next 5 is tough. I think maybe Pinyol. I feel like Davide Rossi, Pat, Matej, and Wyatt. That's my 4. I'm not a judge. I'm just guessing right now, going by. I'm looking at the guys on screen in front of me. Yeah, so it looks like Zapsa is out. Podmol out. Yeah, I just heard from Andy Brevi, Marc Pinyol. Unfortunately, Marc Pinyol's won best whips here. Even Pinyol has been eliminated in the first round. And who else was it? It was Luc Ackermann was the 4th rider. So there we go. 4 riders now. 2 more will be eliminated. In this, we've got Matej, Cesak, Pat Bowden, Davide Rossi, and Wyatt Fontenot. So leading the charge will be Matej Cesak, the whip master from last year, X Games competitor in best whip. Huge. Pat Bowden, that start was near on 180 degrees. Davide Rossi, huge. Oh, and that's the full 180 degrees from Wyo. So the Stark Vargs are making this best whip competition look a lot more difficult for those 2 strokes. Whoa, actually, we don't even have a 450 in this competition. It's 2 strokes versus electric. Davide Rossi turning it down, and Wyo also turning that down all the way back, 180 degrees. Matej with his signature get under it whip. Pat and Davide turning it down, and Wyo getting so under it. That is insane. I don't know how Wyo didn't get the X Games gold medal a couple of years ago. I stand by that remark. He is now the king of the whip. Will he win the best whip competition tonight here? I think if he keeps this up, I would have to say so. So 4 riders now. 2 to be eliminated. This is tough because Matej Cesak had some big whips. Pat Bowden had a massive turn down. Davide Rossi actually had really good turn downs as well. Oh my God! Oh, I think this is the first time in like 3 or 4 years that Matej Cesak has not made it to the final. This is an all-Stark battle. This is all electric now. That was tough. There was a really tough quali round there. I agree. I definitely can get on board with this decision because I would say there was that one turn down from Pat Bowden. I think it was the turn down that got him in. Probably his first turn down. All right, I'm going to spin around and watch this final. I hope you guys are enjoying this at home because this is wild. Pat Bowden on the white Stark, turning it down off the next gen. Wyatt Fontenot on the red Stark. That is 180 degrees. All right, turn down for turn down. Wyatt's winning right now. Pat Bowden turn down return. But Wyatt going upside down. That was a small one from Wyatt, and it was still one of the biggest whips I've ever seen. This is insane. All right, third jump. That is how you whip a dirt bike. Wyatt Fontenot, that has to be the winner. But he's got one more to go. Pat Bowden, that looked good. But that turned down as well, 180 degrees. I think we know who the winner is. But you guys at home, or wherever you might be watching this on YouTube right now on the live stream, tell me, what was your favorite whip out of all of that? Because I'm going to go with Wyatt's third jump. That's personally my favorite. But a 180 degree turn down, I don't think it gets much bigger than that. That was the small turn down from Wyo. And that was a small turn down from Pat. Still one of the biggest. I've never done a turn down that big in my life. That was the small whip from Wyo. Come on, let's get to the big dogs. Oh, so that one there, that's well past 90. I'm going to say about 120, 150 degrees. That is Wyo getting under it. That was fully inside out and back to front. Wyatt Fontenot, the king of the whip. And tonight, our best whip champion, Night of the Jumps, first round here in Berlin. First time ever at Night of the Jumps. Wyo taking his first Brandenburg Gate trophy. Nice trophy there. The local Brandenburg Gate here, the symbol of Berlin. Nice trophy. Looks like Tia's been busy organising the trophies this year. And there we go. The crowd are going to get the champagne. A little bit there as well for Ola and Kinga. The Psycho Dolls standing on top. What a competition. That, well, I'd pay a lot of money to see that, and I'm glad you guys got to witness it here on the live stream. But yes, I wanted to know, tell me at home in the YouTube chat right now, what was your favorite? Was it the 180 degree turn down, or was it getting upside down, inside out and back to front? I know everyone's got their different preferences. For me, it's that racer whip. That I love it. I don't think I've seen anything bigger than that. Wyo pushing the boundaries on that Stark Varg. Let's listen in.
Really good. So let's get some loudness again. That's what I like to hear. You guys keep that energy up because you're going to see some more stuff from all the savages back there. The louder you get, the louder you guys go.
Also, da habt ihr es gehört. Umso lauter ihr seid,
There
umso
we
mehr
go.
Gas
The
geben
louder
die.
you
Umso
guys
verrückter
get,
werden die
the
Tricks.
bigger they're going to go. Wyatt Fontenot. Now, in the background, coming into this event, Wyo was literally putting his bike together, technically 10 minutes late for training. It was we've had a small disaster here in Berlin. Not a disaster, but definitely the preparation was a disaster. We've had snow and ice. Flights have been cancelled left, right, and centre. Trains cancelled. The city shut down. The bikes, of course, they're borrowed bikes. The guys from Stark organised the bikes here for Wyatt Fontenot. Yeah, buddy. So good to have him right here with us in Berlin, giving me the horns up as he rode past. So Wyo and Pat Bowden getting these bikes organised at the very, very last minute. Absolutely out of their control, but the boys got the job done with our mechanic Mini working till 3 o'clock in the morning. The travel has been a nightmare for this event, but we managed to get all 8 riders for FMX and all 10 turned out to be 9 riders for mountain bike as well. Everybody's here, but I tell you what, last night with the travel, we didn't know how many guys would be able to start this event. So I'm pumped to see Wyo here. And as we go now into the second qualification, he'll be the first rider to come back out. So he's just ridden off with his trophy. Rachel's going to have to stop him in the tunnel and say, oi, you're going to have to throw your helmet back on. It's time for your quali, because the next 4 riders will be going into the quali number 2. Same rules apply. Top 2 riders from this qualification will go through to the top 4 final. Right now they'll be meeting Pat Bowden and Davide Rossi. Will Wyatt Fontenot, best known for his whips, will he also be able to make it to the top 4 final in freestyle motocross? Now, I saw some of the wildness from Wyo down there in Johannesburg in November last year. I think we've all seen how big his whips are. We've seen him at X Games, we've seen him at the Big Hill Jam. We know how big Wyatt goes on a best whip. But then when I watched the freestyle motocross competition down there at King of the Whip, I was like, this dude has a unique style all of his own. I don't know if it was the Stark that gave him this different variety of tricks, or if it's just the way that he wanted to come into the sport. From a racer to a free rider, now as one of the best whippers in the world and a freestyle rider, he's got a different bag of tricks with not much training. Let's see what we can get in this freestyle motocross competition from Wyatt tonight. Now, I don't want to make excuses. I definitely don't want to, but it was not an easy process. So I give Wyatt already 10 points. We're gonna start this run. I'm gonna give him 10 bonus points personally for him to be on this bike riding tonight. From Louisiana, 28 years of age, from USA, riding on that fully electric Stark Varg, Wyatt Fontenot. Lighting up that brand new tyre right behind me. Oh, there's a strong scent of burning rubber right now. Right here. So first jump of his freestyle run, huge knack. Jeremy McGrath style, that is what I'm talking about. He has got a different bag of tricks. I don't know who does a knack these days in a competition, but when you throw out a big whipped out, dirty knack like that, you have to bring the classics back. Knack, backflip. Now turning into the next gen ramp. Heart attack. From Wyo, holding that heart attack for so long off the next gen. Second time that he's ever jumped a Euro ramp. These 8-meter radius Euro ramps, a hell of a lot different to the American ramps. Much smaller gap as well. He's used to 75, here it's 70. Next gen ramp with that massive whip. All right, so he's got the basics out of the way. I feel like he's about to start turning this on. Huge ruler, straight up and down. Obviously getting used to the Euro ramps pretty damn well. Second time he's ever jumped a Euro ramp. He was here in Dortmund Supercross only a couple of weeks ago. Massive turn down. Bringing a couple of those best whips back for this run. All right, time for the double up, or is this part of his run? Oh, can backflip landing I don't think I have ever seen a can-can backflip landed side saddle on an airbag. That is dangerous. That is dangerous on a solid dirt landing, but on an airbag, you have to land perfect. He could have easily got slapped so hard right then. But taming, whoa, riding in reverse, oh, showing a few of the features of this 80 horsepower, fully electric Stark Bike. Thank you very much to Morgan Carlson for organizing the bikes, former freestyle rider. But let's have a look at this last jump. Can-can backflip, side saddle lander going all the way. How many riders have ever done that trick? I'm going to say Wyatt's maybe the third. Cowboy Kenny Bartram, Peter Pillart, and Wyatt Fontenot. Starting out with the knack, then the knack backflip. Huge knack to start the run. Big heart attack over the next gen. I love the old tricks, and I love the technical tricks in this run. It was something completely different, throwing in one of the biggest whips ever into his run. Huge straight up and down ruler, bashing his shoulder on that front fender, bringing it back. Check this turn down. If that's not 180 degrees, it was 179 on that turn down from Wyatt Fontenot. A very unique run from Wyo. I love the knack. Basically, bring the knack back, and that side saddle backflip to side saddle lander. Not many guys in the world, maybe 5, have done that trick off of my memory. If you've got a better memory than I'm saying Cowboy Kenny Bartram, I'm saying Peter Pillart, Wyatt Fontenot now, obviously. Who else? 69.33. That is a good start for his very first night of the jumps. It is tough for Americans, particularly for Americans, Australians, South Africans, probably Brazilians as well. When they come to these tight European arenas, it is completely different to being out in the wide wilderness, having long run-ups and 75-foot gaps. It's a completely different feeling to get yourself locked and loaded and bang all of your tricks out so quickly and on such a tight course. So that was an awesome run for me. Wyatt Fontenot, what a way to start his career at Night of the Jumps. I'm sure we will see him again in the future. Now it's time for the 41-year-old 2010 world champion, Libor Podmol, caught over backflip. Dakar Rally racer. 3 times in the Dakar Rally. The first time he rode, he finished 31st. Nice heel clicker to Indy backflip, big combo. Oh, and we've got DJ Zurin with the music in the background. Super Cat Indy, big technical combo. DJ Zurin bringing Run to the Hills. This is the old school Libor Podmol song. In the old days, this was his song for the run. It's been a while since we've heard it. I'm pumped we've got Zurin back, and I'm pumped we've got this song. Oh, massive underflip. That is style in 3 seconds. Huge underflip, one end Indy, rock solid over the next gen ramp. I like how the guys are actually bringing the upright tricks to the next gen. Nice look through tsunami backflip. Now originally, I'm assuming Levi designed that ramp for double backflips and real front flips. The bonus is it makes every single trick look bigger, look better. And the guys are smashing it. It's 22 meters. I think about 72 feet. So Libor putting together one hell of a run here. This is the double up. I have no idea what he's got planned. If he's going regular ramp, front flip ramp, super kicker. All right, regular ramp it is. Libor Podmol, cliffhanger backflip. Oh, I know he has a few bigger tricks up his sleeve. I'm going to bet. That was big, don't get me wrong. That was a good cliffhanger backflip. But I bet he's keeping a couple of extra tricks for the final. If he can make it to the final, I think we'll see something even bigger for that double up. Massive cliffhanger flip. One of the first riders ever in the world actually to land the cliffhanger flip. And in 2026, he's still doing. Let's check out the slow-mo replay. Cliffhanger backy, locking those boots under the handlebars, letting go, standing up on top of the bike, upside down. Technical combo, Cordova flip to start his first run of 2026. He's on for the full season. Heel clicker to Indy flip. It's been a few years since we've had the full season with Libor Podmol. Super can Indy. Backflip, that was massive. Indy to Indy backflip. I didn't realize there was two Indies on that first one. Picture perfect textbook underflip, Libor Podmol style. One end Indy, rock solid. And the look through tsunami backflip. Well, that was a classic Libor Podmol run. I don't think it gets more classic than that. Maybe if he threw in a vault, that would be really classic. If he gets to the final, you never know. All right, we're waiting for the points. What have we got? I think 84 points. Whoa, hang on. 84 points. That's only 1 point off of Pat Bowden's run. Oh. Oh. This is going to be interesting. Marc Pinyol is the next rider up, and then Luc Ackermann. So the points have been set for this second qualification. Now, for you guys at home, just a little heads up. The points from the first qualification have no bearing on the points of the second qualification. Think about it, we're starting again fresh. So right now we've got 69.33 from Wyatt Fontenot, and we have Libor Podmol at 84 points. Right now it's Marc Pinyol, 32 years of age. From Spain, living in Lleida, riding on that Honda 450. The CRF 450 with the custom throttle. Pinyol has a quarter turn custom throttle because his wrist does not move. So he has a special throttle. That's the first objective he has to get past. The second is the 84 points of Libor Podmol. So starting the run, Marc Pinyol, huge scorpion out, tsunami. Good start to the run. Bringing his own unique style. Seat grab Indy. Ooh, I think he might have missed a trick that he was going for. He still managed to seat grab Indy. If he's got enough time, he can sneak in one more jump. It'll eliminate the lowest jump, basically, in the judge's mind. 7 jumps are counted. If he does 8, well, we'll get rid of the worst one. Massive 9 o'clock there. Cordova backflip. All right. So he's got that little mistake out of the run here, because now he's getting fired up. Oh, front flip ramp. Whoa! Indy front flip. That was massive. That was not a baby Indy. That was huge. Indy to Indy to Indy. Triple Indy backflip. I'm looking at Andy Brevi. He is going off with the crowd here. He's commentating to the show here in Berlin. Tsunami front flip. Andy Brevi's going nuts. The crowd are going nuts. I'm probably getting a little bit too nuts here as well. Wow. Well, I completely forgot that there was a small mistake. I kind of don't care right now because that was an awesome run. Now it's time for the double. Oh, the double up. Double up, standing on the seat. This is called the Surfer Takeoff. He is going to hit this next gen ramp. Tsunami! Oh, he only just got the rotation. That was a heartbeat away from disaster. Surfer Takeoff standing on the seat. Slow rotation, tsunami backflip, but he did everything he needed to do. He pinned that 450. It was revving its head off. He managed to just get the rotation. Let's see, maybe Andy's going to get a chat with Pinyol. Let's see if we get an interview.
In there with huge combos and a double up. That was absolutely spectacular. Jet ski takeoff to rule a backflip, and it was totally maxed out. You happy with your run?
Kind of. I almost messed it up in the last jump. But yeah, I survived it. I got that I made it to the final. I'm ready to send it and to give something more.
Yes, er sagt schon, der hat noch was vor heute.
Yeah, so he knew it. He knew he was in trouble on that last jump. He nearly was in a lot of trouble. But going back, let's look at this slow-mo replay. Nice, whipped out, 9 o'clock knack. Caught over backflip. He fixed everything up after that small mistake at the start. Huge. That was a big Indy front flip. Indy to Indy to Indy. Three combos in one backflip off the next gen ramp. No other rider yet has done that tsunami front flip off the rocker ramp, the front flip ramp, landing it perfectly. Oh, and that last jump, the Surfer Takeoff to tsunami backflip. Shut the front door. That was insane. Let's see, do we have points? Oh, Marc Pinyol. That one small mistake, well, probably two mistakes. Probably just cost him the final. The seat grab Indy, and nearly dying on that Surfer Takeoff tsunami backflip. Now it's time for the final rider in this qualification. From Niederdoller, the geographical center of Germany, riding here in the capital city of Germany, Berlin, Luc Ackermann, 28 years of age on this KTM 450, the four-banger, riding this tractor. He was the youngest ever rider to perform a backflip at 12 years of age. The new record now actually held by Hayden Deegan, who's currently leading the 250 in the AMA Supercross. The son of Brian Deegan, the legend of freestyle motocross. And Luc Ackermann in the conversation of biggest names in the sport of freestyle motocross as well. Massive holy grab, second jump of his run. All right, now it's time for the front flip ramp. Fronty, no hand. Whoa! Oh, big crash. He's run over, he's up, he's running. That's good. Now let's check out, are these handlebars straight? Are the flip levers in the right position? He probably hasn't even worked out if he's even hurt. He's going. He'll click a tsunami flip. Are you kidding me? Oh, he's not slowing down in time. Maybe the front brakes. Maybe there's a front brake lever that could be broken because he was sliding. Oh. Back flip. Okay, this is, at the moment, he's trying his absolute best. A small mistake there. Huge 360. Yeah, I don't know, but it looks like he is struggling to slow down. Oh, he was struggling. Luc Ackermann has decided to finish his run on that. Will he still go for a double up? This will be for the fans. Double backflip! Are you kidding me? He missed the trick in his run. He crashed. There were mistakes. I think Luc already knew that he probably isn't going to the final, and he still threw a double backflip. That was for the fans. That was probably also for himself, because you need to get on top of it. You don't want that monkey on your back. Luc Ackermann, that is a champion maneuver right there. A lesser man would have pulled the pin and probably walked off, let alone get back on the bike, let alone trying to finish the run, let alone doing a double backflip for the fans. And now this is still completely judged. Will there be enough points in the big tricks, despite the mistakes, to keep him getting to the final? Two riders go to the final. Right now it's Libor Podmol, 84 points. Marc Pinyol, 80. Can Luc Ackermann find an 80.33 to make it to the final? I don't know. I could go both ways on this one because the tricks were massive. But it's not a best trick competition. This is a freestyle motocross run. This is it, the double up, slow motion. Finishing his run with a double backflip after crashing in his run. He got back up, he finished the run, threw down this double backy for the fans and for himself. That is a champion right there. No-handed front flip. Over-rotated, landed. Heavy on the front. Slid out. Let's see. Oh, yes. You can see steel flying off. Or at least metal. It was probably his front brake lever, I'm going to guess, only because I could tell he wasn't stopping in time before the wall. I'm just guessing right now, but I could see a little bit of metal flying off. Heel clicker, tsunami backflip. That was after the crash. 360 after the crash. What a legend. 62.67 points to Luc Ackermann. Oh, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's a heartbreak for the 2025 the reigning consecutive world champion, coming to the very first event. So here we go. On screen we've got the final will be Pat Bowden, Libor Podmol, Marc Pinyol and Davide Rossi. This would be the first time in probably 5 years that Luc Ackermann has not made the final. Same like Matej Cesak not making the final in best whip. Whoa. This is a crazy night already. I wonder if this is a signal for the rest of the season, because Pat Bowden's on. He's here for the year. Has he put the pressure on Luc just that little bit too much? To be honest, I don't think that would have been the issue. That would not be the reason why Luc over-rotated that front flip. He's got those front flips on lock, but it is a rocker ramp. I never jumped the front flip ramp. Personally, way too gnarly. I don't like the idea of a ramp that moves when you jump it, so I never jumped it. So I give the guys 10 points for jumping it, for balls of steel to even hit that thing. But it can give you a little bit of an over-rotate. Oh. So now, actually,
It is qualifying time for not one but 3 different disciplines who will compete against each other for the top 6 final. Mountain bike, BMX and scooter will have 3 jumps each. The best 2 tricks will count.
this is it, the mountain bike, BMX, scooter competition. Jerome Hollinger. So we're a little bit late actually coming into this. Jimi Brandt has already just gone, first rider down. Jerome Hollinger, that was his first jump and he went for a triple flip. First jump of the night. First time I've ever seen him attempt the triple at night of the jumps. Tobias Freigang there, slowing things down with the double backy. Landing it perfectly, so we've got mountain bikes, BMX, and scooters in the same competition. Might sound a little bit strange, but these guys go wild. Petr Castka there, front flip with about 5 tail spins. Now Leon Binckebanck, the big man, cash roll. Landed it perfectly. It's a special for you. Thank you very much, Evo, from the Men of Mayhem, delivering a nice little pink Red Bull. Thank you very much. What is that? The Waldbeere. What's that? Wild berries. Oh, nice new flavor. All right, Maty Pekarek, backflip. Ho, ho, ho. Backflip to front flip. That was not on the cards. That fronty was not on the cards. So the guys, Reto, Heini, everybody gets 3 shots. This is the qualification. 3 jumps. The best 2 scores will count. We have 9 riders. We have a top 6 final, so 3 riders will be eliminated. Tom Pfeiffer, huge ruler flip to start his season. Tom Pfeiffer, he will be on for the full season here at Night of the Jumps. He impressed us so much in 2025, landing the triple backflip. And the final rider, Alejandro Bonafe, double backflipping. So 2 jumps, or the best 2 scores, count out of 3. Smart Money says you go for the easier trick first. You want to get some points on the board, and then maybe start going nuts. Jerome Hollinger, he went nuts from the start, and now he's got to land the next 2 jumps to make sure he gets into the final. But a triple backflip, damn it, he should be there. Let's see what happens. Now, Jimi Brandt, this will be Jimi Brandt coming up soon. Oh, we've got the points. Oh, I don't have points on the screen. Hang on 2 seconds. Let's see if I can see it. So Maty Pekarek and Jerome Hollinger, 0 points. Oh, they've disappeared. Sorry about that. I'll try and get some points for you guys in just a couple of minutes. But Jimi Brandt, triple tail spin. Nice triple tail whip from Jimi Brandt. A trick that he was kind of 50-50 with in 2025. In 2026, well, he's landed. Oh, here we go, Jerome Hollinger. Oh, triple backflip. He almost had that again. But he took the front flip crash. He's up, he's okay, he's a bit disappointed. Good to see him up and walking, but damn, he's going to have to get some big points on this final jump Tobias Freigang now, front flip, no-handed fronty. So Tobias Freigang playing it smart. He is actually the coach for the German BMX team traveling all around the world. And he just put together a clinical display of what you should do. He's got basically 2 big scores locked in. Now Tobias Freigang can go nuts in the final. That was Petr Castka. That was like a heart attack backflip. It's like a seat grab backflip on the scooter. I love that style from the young Czech rider. Leon Binckebanck, double backflip now. All right, Leon being smart as well. He's now locked in 2 good scores for the judges, which allows him, if he wants to go nuts on the 3rd jump. Next rider up. Maty Pekarek. Is that a cash roll? Cash roll on the scooter. You can still see it's the same rotation as the mountain bike or BMX, but on the scooter, I'm digging that from Maty Pekarek. One of the best riders actually on scooter, and we've got him right here. Reto Heini. Reto Heini also from Switzerland. So Jerome and Reto flying in together, sending it here at Night of the Jumps for the first round. Tom Pfeiffer now, double backflip. He had that huge ruler flip first jump, this time double backflip. Now, the problem I've got, I'm trying to watch these guys, and I've got 2 clowns right in front of me behind the camera, making my life incredibly difficult. It's hard to keep a good eye on this show. With these clowns, I'm going to say their names, Christian Scharfenberger and Kurt Fink, the 2 clowns from Night of the Jumps, making my life difficult. But here we go. Alejandro Bonafe with a cash roll. It's a hard job trying to commentate these shows here on a live stream. You know, they just make life difficult for me. All right, have we got points? So Jerome Hollinger still sitting on 0 points. Maty Pekarek, 35. 59 points. 59 points to Jimi Brandt. Tobias Freigang, 67. 67.17 Leon Binckebanck. 69.17 to Reto Heini. Tom Pfeiffer, 74. Oh, the points are being adjusted as we speak. So this is coming directly in from the judges. They're being adjusted because we've got the 2 scores. They're obviously adding the scores up. And right now, Petr Castka is sitting as the highest qualifier after 2 jumps. 77.5. Tom Pfeiffer, 74.83. Alejandro Bonafe sitting in 3rd position after 2 rounds. There's still 1 more round. Let's see what the boys have got. Maty Pekarek there in the slow-mo replay. Looking good. Jimi Brandt. Whoa! With that front bike flip, he landed it. I'm gonna have to say, Jimi must be going to the final. This is the best I've seen from Jimi ever. He's linked. So the tricks he's done tonight, he has done them over the last year or 2, slowly perfecting them. But occasionally there'll be a crash here or there. Tonight he's nailed it. Jerome Hollinger, 1, 2, 3. Oh! 3rd time. Not lucky. Jerome Hollinger came for the triple. He wanted to become the 4th rider at Night of the Jumps to land the triple. Unfortunately, that was not his night tonight. Now Tobias Freigang. Oh, whoa. Whoa, what was that? Backflip with a can? I didn't see what was happening at the start of that. I thought he was about to throw it away. I'm not sure, was that a mistake or was that a trick? I just couldn't see from where I'm sitting. Maybe you had a better view at home. Now Peter Castka currently leading qualification with a double front flip. First rider to double fronty at Night of the Jumps for the season. Peter Castka, he started his career at Night of the Jumps 2 years ago as the driver for Maty Pekarek when he was too young to drive to events. Maty asked if Peter Castka could join in. Now he's currently leading qualification. Oh! Oh my God! Leon Binckebanck going for a front tail. Nearly went into a front flip and he almost nearly landed the crash. He almost nearly landed the crash. Leon Binckebanck, what an improvement in 2026. Maty Pekarek now, front flip. Was that a front flip double, Bry? Or a forward front flip? Forward front flip from Maty Pekarek. Two scooter riders battling against the BMXs and the mountain bike riders, and you know what? The scooter riders are looking fantastic tonight with the smallest wheels. Now it's time for Reto Heini. Nice. 360 tail whip. So I think we'll be seeing Reto also going through to this top 6 final. 6 for the mountain bike, BMX and scooter riders, 4 for the FMXs. But we've still got a couple of guys left to go. Who's up there? Oh, it's the big man, Tom Pfeiffer. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Triple backflip has been landed in Berlin in the quali. Jerome Hollinger went for it. He almost had it. But this time, Tom Pfeiffer stomped the triple. So Tom, for sure, will be in the final. And there's one guy left to go. 2025 World Tour Champion Night of the Jumps for mountain bike from Spain. One of the biggest names, Alejandro Bonafe. This is his third and final shot. Oh, nice. Cash roll tail whip. Tight. That is a technical combo from the Spaniard to finish off this qualification. The best 2 of 3 scores will count, and that will send the top 6 guys into the final. This is going to be a little bit tough now. I'm not a mathematician. So up top, our judges and Zorro are going to have a fun time adding up the 3 scores to see who will go into the final. This is that front bike flip from Jimi Brandt, the local German, the young gun. I guess maybe he's 17 years old now. That was insane. Look at everybody on top. So pumped for him. Jerome, Hollinger, going for the triple backflip. So close. Getting caught up in the frame. Oh, it was a no-hander backy to can backflip. Double front flip there from Peter Castka on the scooter. Absolutely perfect landing. Peter Castka has improved so much. Leon Binckebanck, I would say so far the best crash. So going for the best crash reel, Leon Binckebanck as per normal. The front. The forward front from Maty Pekarek there. Throwing in a bar spin as well. Reto Heini. Oh, I think Reto's going to have to be in the final. Tom Pfeiffer with this triple backflip will have to be in the final. Surely. And the final rider there will be Alejandro Bonafe. All right, let's have a look. This is our qualification. Oh my! So Tom Pfeiffer rounded out the quali, 90.3. Alejandro Bonafe, 85.5 points. Peter Castka, 84 points. Jimi Brandt, 81. Maty Pekarek, 76. Reto Heini, 76. So they've tied. Toby Freigang, 69.33. 67.17 to Leon Binckebanck. And unfortunately, Jerome Hollinger not able to land any of the triple backflips. So it's a very unlucky 0 right there for Jerome Hollinger. But the 0 does not tell the story because he was so close to landing that triple backflip.
From the 12-meter high scissor lift, Marc Pinyol set a world record in Dresden with the backflip drop. With little to no space on that tiny platform, Marc Pinyol must get enough speed to pull a backflip and make the landing from the top of the scissor lift.
So this is Marc Pinyol. And it looks like Evo jumping up on top just to double check with the scissor lift as they are about to send this up to the record height that he set in Dresden last year. So Marc Pinyol narrowly avoiding a crash in his qualification run. He was probably thinking about this 12-meter backflip drop. It's a record he set in Dresden. Kai Haase had the previous record, I think it was 10 meters from Kai Haase, who has actually joined us tonight here in Berlin. Great to see one of our Night of the Jumps alumni coming back to where it all started. He lives just down the road here in Berlin, and it was great to see an old face. I used to ride and compete with Kai Haase in the old days, and just one of the most naturally talented dudes in his final year of riding, because he is unfortunately now retired. I think he raced AMA Supercross. He was doing hard enduros, maybe not trials, but there was hard enduro, speedway, downhill mountain bike, freestyle motocross, supercross, pretty much any discipline with two wheels, Kai Haase was doing. So he set the first record at 10 meters high. Marc Pinyol up the ante in Dresden last year, 12 meters, and tonight, with no training at all, he has not done any training. Like I said, the weather has been terrible. We didn't even know if Pinyol was arriving. All the flights were cancelled yesterday for him getting out of Barcelona to get here to Berlin. We were on the last opportunity, and he managed to get the last flight last night. He had no training on this 12-meter high backflip drop. This is it. It's all go. So right now, slowly inching his way up. All of his trust is actually in the guy on the ground to measure this correctly, 12 meters high. All right, he's like, yep, there we are. That's 12 meters. Oh, that has to be almost either the best or the worst feeling. Did you see how he just he went to drop, but he kind of tossed that tape measure away. He's like, all right, I'm done with you. Now it's time to get on with the job at hand. This is the world record height with, I'm going to say, what is that, 3 bike lengths. He has 3 bike lengths to get enough speed to not only make the jump, which is 12 meters away, he has to get enough speed to also pull a backflip. Now, normally, as you see, a backflip comes from a 75-foot ramp, 45-degree takeoff minimum, basically. He's going from a flat platform on top of a scissor lift, which is moving. That scissor lift does wobble. Don't get me wrong. When he was in Dresden, because that was an open arena, the wind was actually moving him around up there. I would have had the willies. Not that I'm overly afraid of heights, but it wouldn't have felt that great being up top. And Tia, who has been at every single night of the jump since it started in 2001 in Riesa, 26 years. Tia has been here working at Night of the Jumps and making these events happen. And if it's not without him and such a solid crew, these shows would not happen. Tia is up on top with Pinyol to make sure everything is A-OK. So, backing up to get as much run up as possible. Like I said, there's only 3 bike lengths on this scissor lift, on that platform. This is going to be tight. I'm going to turn around and watch it. All right, I can see there's thumbs up. So as Pinyol fires up his Honda CRF 450, moving now, as he moves forward and back, the platform is also wobbling. Here we go. Here we go, Marc Pinyol. Backflip drop, and he landed it perfectly. Holy! That was perfect. I can tell you, I had goosebumps as he was about to take off. There was no training coming into this at all. I don't know when he did this last. Maybe it was in Dresden. He has had no training. This was a huck it and hope, and the man got the job done. He set the world record at 12 meters again tonight. This was 12 meters with no training. And he then has to go back and get ready because he's going to be in the final as well. But let's see what Pinyol has to say.
Because it's only 2 months that I cannot practice because bad weather also my home. So I have to say that I was more nervous than I expected, but everything went perfect. People deserve that. So thank you, Berlin, for coming. Thank you for giving me this energy, because without you it would not be possible. Thank you so much.
Also ohne euch wäre das nicht möglich gewesen.
There we go. He is absolutely pumped. And that Berlin crowd was up on their feet, as I was. And you could see how pumped he was on that landing. Man, he pulled that around perfect. He actually even went almost a little bit deep on that. So that was way better in terms of rotation and speed than what he had in Dresden. In Dresden, he only just made the landing and he only just got the rotation. Tonight, everything worked better. I guess he's already done it once, so let's...
Freestyle trampoline best trick is all about getting the highest jump and the most spins from specialty trampolines, including double bounces for extra height, up to quad spins and landing kabooms. Trampoline best trick will surprise you with aerial insanity.
So now it's time for the freestyle trampoline competition tonight with FTA, the Freestyle Trampoline Association, with Eurotramp joining forces here with Night of the Jumps. And tonight we have 4 legends who are about to send it. We have Nicholas Dissler, Lenny Leitner, Vincent Alight, and Tim Fleischer coming out for this competition. All athletes tonight actually are from Germany. Normally we've got a very mixed international field. Tonight, well, maybe because we're in the capital city of Berlin, we do have a full lineup of Germans, but I tell you what, I'm going to go through a couple of the stats here.
Mittels Crowdvoting. Das heißt, ihr müsst genau aufpassen, wer euch hier am besten gefällt. Und die Lautstärke wird am Schluss entscheiden, wer sich hier...
So Nicholas Dissler, second place in the World Championships. Lenny Leitner, who's jumping in there now in the red shirt with the orange socks, it looks like. Lenny Leitner is the German champion. And it looks like we have, that must be Tim Fleischer in the white shirt on the other side. He is also the German champion in Turmspringen. Now, Turmspringen, if I'm going to do a German translation, that must be tower jump. So freestyle tower jump, Tim Fleischer. And Vincent Allied, who is now doing the arm Baranis with Team White, with Tim Fleischer, is also the German champion with the 3-meter freestyle Turmspringen. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to do my best at translating a little bit. I'm going to guess that means, yeah, champion of freestyle tower jumps. So that was the Ambarani with Team Red and Team White. Just, this is a little bit of a warm-up because this is going to be a best trick coming up very shortly. Right now we've got the double bounce from the stomach. The belly, front bounce. Oh, okay. We got the Superman. A double thumbs up. Nice. I love to see these double bounces. The guy's getting so much more airtime, so much more amplitude. Oh, my God. Nicholas Dissler. He is on fire every single time at Night of the Jumps. Nicholas Dissler does not disappoint. Double bouncing there with his partner, Lenny Leitner. All right. With the white team, Tim Fleischer getting double bounced all the way into the spins. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to go into the synchro competition. We're not too far away. We're about to get into the best trick, but synchro. Nicholas Dissler, Lenny Leitner. Oh, imagine landing that into your belly. We've got kabooms all around the synchro comp. Lenny and Nicholas, they have set the challenge. What can the white team with Vinny and Timmy, how are they going to handle this? Now remember, jump onto Freddy's Flipping Adventure, the trampoline competition, just like here tonight. Just like here tonight, you can compete. The highest score on the Night of the Jumps level, which will be a level 11, the highest score, it'll be in a few days' time, will be announced. $100 up for grabs. That is Freddy's Flipping Adventure. Freddy might be flipping out on that one. Now this looks like we're going into the final with, this is the best trick. With a double and a triple. Whoa! Timmy Fleischer has stepped it up. Now I didn't expect that from Tim, but he has really pushed the limits tonight. We have seen Tim before at Night of the Jumps. I don't remember. It might have been Hanover last year. It's a little while ago since we saw Tim. But that was awesome. With the 4 somersaults, the double bounce. Who's up? Who is up? All right, it looks like it's going to be Lenny Leitner. Yep, Lenny's up. So Lenny has actually been in the last few Night of the Jumps events here with the FTA. He has stepped up big time every single event. We're now in the 2026 season. And let's see what we get from Lenny Leitner. Oh! That is the quad flip from Lenny Leitner, not mucking around. Stomping it. Will that be enough to take the win? But there is one man left. Nicholas Dissler. He is second in the World Championships. Tonight, can he step it up? So it looks like, are they going to give out these t-shirts? Because they seem to be stripping it off pretty damn quickly. Yeah, there's a couple of girls in the crowd look like they were waiting for that t-shirt to get flown to them. Nicholas Dissler now getting the crowd pumped up. This is the last jump in the trampoline best trick competition. This is for the win. Here we go. On the setup. Oh man, look how high Nicholas is getting right now. Ooh, nope. He's decided to back out of that one. Here we go. Ooh, quad! 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 3 times the quad from Nicholas Dissler. Oh, it almost looked like he was about to back out. He composed himself. He made sure he got the job done. Now, I'm pretty sure this competition might be crowd judged. I think they've already told me because I'm sitting right in front of the crowd. I think I've already heard from the crowd who they think is going to win, but let's see. If we go to an official, let's say a decibel reading, but I'm pretty sure we might know the results of this one. What a competition tonight. And I keep saying this, these guys would be dangerous if somebody gave them 2 wheels and a handlebar. I'd love to see these guys at least on a BMX. If they were on a mountain bike, heck, even on a scooter, that would be dangerous. Imagine if you threw them onto a freestyle dirt bike. So it looks like Nicholas Dissler. Oh no, we're going to go decibel reading. That's what we're doing right now. I'm getting a hell of a reading from the crowd. They're pretty damn pumped right now. Yep. I think that one was pretty easy. Oh, and he's throwing another flip there on the ground. God damn it. Imagine if you could be that young and that flexible and able to spin like that. So it looks like Team Red, the winners tonight here. Nicholas Dissler and Lenny Leitner taking the first win of 2026. Now remember, before we go into mountain bikes, jump onto the Android Play Store or the Apple Store download Freddie's Flipping Adventure. You could also be a winner, just like Lenny Leitner and Nicholas Dissler. $100 to the highest score on the Night of the Jumps level 11. There we go. The boys are off. Yeah, I would have to say, if we could get these guys a dirt bike, imagine the tricks they could do. We're talking about doing like body varials and vaults and bobby spins and all sorts of things like David Ronaldo throws out these days. Imagine if these guys jumped onto that.
The top 6 riders have qualified for the mountain bike, BMX and scooter Best Trick Final. Each rider has 3 attempts to land their biggest tricks. The best 2 tricks will count.
Now it is time for the mountain bike Best Trick Final. I've got my list here right in front of me. From the top qualifier, it was Tom Pfeiffer. Oh, we've got it on screen. Perfect. So Tom Pfeiffer qualified first. He will go last. So he gets to see what everybody else can bring. So the first rider to come out tonight in this final will be Reto Heini from Switzerland. Maty Pekarek, the Czech scooter rider. Jimi Brandt landing that front bike flip will be the third rider out. Peter Castka qualifying in third position. Peter Castka on the scooter. Alejandro Bonafe qualifying second, and Tom Pfeiffer the highest qualifier. This could get interesting. I saw Alejandro backstage a few moments ago and he's like, now it's time to lick the stamp and send it. Reto Heini landing and being, like I said at the start, landing the tricks, maybe not the biggest tricks right now. You need to get points on the board. The best 2 scores count for this best trick competition. So you almost want to be a little bit smart, at least put 1 or 2 good points down, land the trick. Maty Pekarek landing clean as a whistle. Get those first points and then really send it for the last jump. That would be the smart way to go. Jerome Hollinger, he went full triple flip every time. Unfortunately, he didn't land it in quali. Jimi Brandt, triple tail, landing it. Man, Jimi Brandt has stepped it up since 2025. Much more consistent. This is the most consistent I have seen Jimi Brandt at Night of the Jumps. All right, he's got a front flip coming up, I assume. If he could land that, that would be definitely the most consistent we've seen from him. Peter Castka, front, tail, double front. Oh, so close. Double fronty with a tail whip in the middle. Peter Castka is now, he can smell the blood in the water. He's going for it. Alejandro Bonafe. That was the twister from Alejandro. One of the biggest tricks on his first jump, and he stomped it. He did tell me he's about to send it for this final. I would say that was pretty damn accurate. And this is the highest qualifier from qualification, Tom Pfeiffer. That ruler flip, that is style right there with Tommy Pfeiffer. Now, maybe we might get some points before we go into round 2. I'm not sure. I hope we do. I'd like to see where we're sitting. Unfortunately, a crash in this competition is a 0. So unfortunately, Peter Castka, he's sitting on 0 right now. I think everybody else from memory, they all landed their tricks. So Peter Castka, not in the best position. He's got 2 more shots at this. and he has to land them if he wants to be on the podium. Heck, he was even leading the qualification after the second round. I'm actually really blown away. Petr Castka, probably most improved rider out of every discipline here at Night of the Jumps in the last year or so. Reto Heini put down a solid first trick. Oh, looks like we're in. Maty Pekarek now. Now, did I miss? Because did Reto Heini already go? Oh, okay. Yeah, so I must have missed it from Reto Heini. We didn't get the results, so Maty Pekarek's in. Jimi Brandt! Oh, he went for that front bike flip. Almost had it. Maybe, will he go back for that on his third attempt? If he could do that, he might be landing on the podium for the first time ever at Night of the Jumps. The next Czech rider up, Petr Castka, double fronty, clean as a whistle. All right, he has to land the next jump if he has a chance to be on the podium. But that was perfect. Double front flip, the only double front flip we have seen so far of any discipline tonight. Alejandro Bonafe, cash roll, tail whip. So that's two big technical combos from Alejandro Bonafe. This is going to be interesting for the final jump. Now, the highest qualifier again, Tom Pfeiffer, second attempt. 1, 2, 3, perfect! Triple flip. Bringing out the big guns, Tom Pfeiffer, ruler flip, now the triple flip. What are we going to see for the final? Okay, now this is where we're sitting. I don't know if this is a live judging, so the numbers might actually change while we're even watching it. Jimi Brandt sitting right now in 6th position, 42 points. Petr Castka, 43.3. In 4th, Maty Pekarek, 82.8. Whoa! Reto Heini, 83.3. Currently on a podium. Alejandro Bonafe, 90.2. And Tom Pfeiffer, currently leading at 91 points. Has Tom Pfeiffer won at Night of the Jumps before? Oh, I wish I had my my history books with me. I don't think Tom Pfeiffer has won Night of the Jumps before. Oh! Reto Heini taking a heavy crash. But unfortunately, that will be a 0, so his points will not increase. But at least he's walking away. He is disappointed, but at least he's walking away from that crash. Now, I think actually we're going to wait and get a points update from the judges. Backflip bar spin, tail whip to another bar spin, but corked out on the landing, unable to hold it. Let's see if we've got some points from the judges. Oh, I'm not sure. They could be a little bit nervous up there. But, I mean, it will be a 0. Oh, I think we've got the wrong points on screen there. Not Tom Pfeiffer. We need Reto Heini, because Tom Pfeiffer right now, he is currently leading with 91 points. Let's check it all out now. Maty Pekarek, what? Are you kidding me? front scooter flip, but it looked like he was running in the air, trying to catch up to that scooter. Let's see, are we gonna get... Oh! I thought we were getting an interview. Jimi Brandt went straight in. Oh! He almost landed the front bike flip. So close, I thought we were about to get an interview with Maty Pekarek. Jimi Brandt went, you know what, I'm gonna take the spotlight. To hell with this, I'm going for the win. Unfortunately, he just missed it. Peter Castka now. Oh! What? Peter Castka! Oh, that has to be minimum a podium run from Peter Castka. What was that? That was that a double fronty? I don't even know what that was. Oh my God. Peter, yeah, go get your scooter, man. Don't forget that. That's pretty damn important. Peter Castka, I think that was a podium shot. Alejandro Bonafe, oh! I think he might have been going for a bounce fronty, but he just didn't get back onto the pegs. So he will have to take the first two scores. The last score counts as naught. The final rider right now is Tom Pfeiffer. What have we got? This is it, the last jump. 1, 2. Oh, I think he was going to go double backy and maybe to a bounce fronty. Yeah, he's not happy with that. Most people would be pumped to do a double backflip, but I'm only guessing. Maybe we can grab Tom Pfeiffer for an interview later on. I'm only guessing, but I think he might have been going for a double backy to bounce front flip, but he just got a little bit too much distance. Couldn't get the bounce front flip. You need to come up a little bit short. You want to be landing on the deck of that big airbag to then give you the bounce into the front flip. Maty Pekarek, the bus driver, all the way, throwing the scooter into a front flip itself while he stayed and was running all the way to catch up. Maty Pekarek, fantastic performance here from the Czech Republic, one of the best scooter riders in the world, having ridden at the World Championships. Jimi Brandt, so close, and then got ejected. Oh, we've got points. Oh my God. Check these points. Tom Pfeiffer takes the win, 91 points. Alejandro, 90.2. And only 0.4 of a point behind. Peter Castka taking a podium. Maty Pekarek, 87.3. Reto Heini, 83.3, and Jimi Brandt, 42. That was one hell of a final here for the mountain bike best trick competition. Unfreaking believable. I think I'm gonna have to double check this. I'm pretty sure that's Tom Pfeiffer's first win at Night of the Jumps. So a big congratulations to Tom Pfeiffer. He came in, I think it was last year, first time at Night of the Jumps. And here he is.
This is it. The top 4 freestyle motocross riders will battle to take the hot seat. Each rider gets 8 jumps plus the double up to throw their final and best trick of the night.
This is it. This is what we're all here for. This is the big one. The freestyle motocross final, the top 4 final. We saw some fireworks in the qualification. If you missed it, and I hope you didn't, Davide Rossi, this man that's on screen right now, he crashed his quali. Luckily it was the last jump. Luc Ackermann crashed in the quali. He is not in the final. I think the first time in 5 years that Luc Ackermann has not been in a final at Night of the Jumps. There was fireworks. This is a crazy breakdown for Davide Rossi from Tuscany, Italy. Making it in. This final now will be 8 jumps in the 90 seconds plus the double up. Davide Rossi in 2025 was second overall. The winner, Luc Ackermann, is not here, so this might take the pressure off of Davide a tiny bit for the full season 2026, starting with first jump of the run with that front flip. Dead body. Getting around the course pretty fast. Huge ruler flip from Davide Rossi. 3 jumps in, 1 minute on the clock. Getting around very fast. I think he might be able to get minimum 1 extra jump, maybe 2 if he keeps up this rate. Bringing the bar tricks into the back flips as well. Seat grab, indie backflip, not bad. Keeping nice and tight to the bike on that seat grab. Taking his time, getting the grab. Whoa, massive cliffhanger backflip. Now he's starting to get busy with this final run called over backflip. Now remember, he did crash in the qualification. Coming back out, I think he's running, whoa, one hand in the rock solid, checking out the crowd. He is running Alex Buchholz's foot hook because his broke in the crash. Turned down, so it's not his foot hook. Completely different. I assume they've probably got those handlebars straightened out. But coming back into a final after a crash, never easy. You know what? I think actually the time, I'm not sure what's happening with the timer because normally, like, he was going fast and that timer ran out early. Maybe they're not starting it at the right time. I'm not sure. We'll have to check that. Double up. This is going towards the front flip kicker. Oh no! Oh! Davide Rossi ejected out the front. He made the landing. His YZ250 sitting right in front of me did not make the landing, bouncing into the back of this big airbag. Hitting, well, the Red Bull sign where it says gives you wings. Luckily for Davide Rossi, he had enough wings to make it to the landing. Unfortunately, that YZ250 is not going to be looking as good as he hoped. Smashing, bouncing off the back of the landing onto the ground. But at least Davide Rossi is standing, he's walking off. Man, he was lucky to make the landing. That was a very close call. I would actually say that final run probably looked a little bit timid from Davide. 60 points, let me write that down, 60 points to Davide. Compared to what we saw in the qualification he came with a lot more energy. Oh, nope, it's been updated. Sorry, 66.33 from the judges. Maybe this is, we're getting live. Maybe they're just like actually entering the points in as we're seeing it. So being the first rider in the final, Davide Rossi does get to sit on the hot seat. But with that crash, I don't think he'll be on the hot seat for very long because the next rider up is Marc Pinyol. So Davide Rossi, a look of disappointment on his face. probably right now replaying that entire jump in his head. What went wrong? Why did he not have the speed? 1, the speed. 2, definitely the rotation. But everything looked like he was going fast enough to me. From this position, I didn't see anything too out of the ordinary, but man, he came up a full, that's 4 meters short, minimum 4 meters short. So I don't know if that's a mechanical or if it was a brain fart, but I'm just so happy to see Davide Rossi is okay, and he will live to fight another day. Now it's time for the man from Lleida in Spain. Riding on this Honda CRF 450, 32 years of age, Marc Pinyol, who we just saw not that long ago, opening from the break, landing again that record-setting height at 12 meters on the backflip drop. The adrenaline must be at an all-time high for Marc Pinyol as he starts this final run. Here we go. Nice, scorpioned out, tsunami from Pinyol. Off the next gen. Whoa, nice. Bar solid. Oh, that will be the trick that he made the mistake on in the qualifier. That's where he did like a seat grab Indy. It must have been that bar solid. Huge 9 o'clock knack. That CRF was on the limiter the whole way. He must have pushed the whip so much further than normal. Now it's the chord over backflip on the return. That's on the next gen landing. That landing itself is 1 meter higher than normal. To handle the next gen, that was the front flip Indy. Front flip Indy into the next gen again. Indy to Indy to Indy, way better. That was much better than the qualifying run. So he's bringing out a few of the old classics, but he's tightened up this run. Tsunami or a Superman front flip. Not full extension, but still big. Oh, here we go. Standing on the seat. This was the double up. Straight into surfer takeoff. Tsunami backflip, landing it perfectly. He almost crashed in the qualifier on that. This time, he managed to put it into his full run. Now it's time for the double up. What have we seen? We've seen front flip combos. We've seen surfer takeoffs. Now we've got the big boy. Side saddle takeoff. Reaching back to the rear fender. California roll. And he landed it. Oh, he's getting a little bit tweaked out. A little bit twisted up. He actually told me he wasn't sure if he would do the Cali roll, especially on that ramp. You can't see it in the video, but there's actually a big lip halfway on that run up. So he's coming in side saddle takeoff, seat bouncing it, getting bumped up from the lower edge of that lip. It's about 10, 15 centimeters high. That is not ideal on a run up, but under this floor here in the Uber Arena, that's an ice rink. So riding on top of the ice rink here in the Uber Arena, Marc Pinyol landing the California roll. Looked like he was looping that thing out. His head was almost getting stuck under the handlebars. This is how he started the run. Big scorpion. Ruler, tsunami, scorpion as well on that bar solid. Massive 9 o'clock. That 450, that was red hot. He was on the limiter the whole way. Caught over backflip. Fast on that one, but he got the job done. Big Indy front flip. This was a much better run from Pinyol. 3 big indies on that backflip over the next gen. Superman front flip. And then finishing with that surfer takeoff, standing on the seat, jumping a ramp. Already that is ridiculous. So there are tricks, 2 big tricks in that run. 87 points that I want to make note. Surfer takeoff. There's nobody else here doing a surfer takeoff. His California roll, his side saddle takeoff with one hand on the seat. Nobody else is doing that. Those extra combos are what actually could break it down for the judges who could be the winner tonight. They are tech combos that could be the deciding factor. So, Marc Pinyol, will he go on top of the hot seat? I think we kind of know. He will be on top. Yes, he is. 87 points to the 66.33 of Davide Rossi. Marc Pinyol making his way to take his place on the hot seat here in Berlin. What a night for him. Equaling his own record that he set at 12 meters on the backflip drop. Perfectly, I might add. Finishing that run, and you can see he was just letting out some emotion there, just like, oh my God, I've actually finished this run. I've survived, and I'm sitting on the hot seat to watch Libor Podmol come in and send it for his final run of the night. Everybody gets 8 jumps plus the double up. DJ Zern is really bringing the tunes for Libor's runs. I'm digging this. This is good music in here. Great to see DJ Zern back at Night of the Jumps. He was a massive part of this organization. I lived with the poor guy for a year in Berlin. Fantastic to have him back here at Night of the Jump. Special to have him as our DJ again. But now it's time for Libor Podmol. Final run here in Berlin. Caught over backflip, starting his run with a different trick in the final. Now, I would say that's probably the best thing to do. Libor has the experience to know what the judges are looking for. You don't want to see the same run again and again. So if you can come out here, throw out some different tricks. Super can Indy, okay, I mean, that was in the quali, but how many guys are doing super can Indy backflips? Very technical trick. Only a few guys in the world actually do that backflip combo. One hand Indy, rock solid. Looking good. Foot levers up. Big look through KOD flip from the 2010 world champion, the older of the Podmol brothers, his younger brother Philip Podmol, also one of the biggest senders in FMX. Unfortunately not here, but hopefully Philip is watching at home. Like normal, I guess I'll probably get a text message, or maybe he's in the YouTube chat. I haven't checked the chat out actually. Big underflip there though. Very old school trick, the underflip invented by Alo Galp, who was actually the first world champion at Night of the Jumps. Indy to Indy backflip, Libor Podmol. We got Philly here in the background getting the shots. We've got such a good crew tonight. We weren't sure, like I said, with the travel, but I'm so pumped. We've actually got our social media and our video crew managed to get here. So if you want to see all of the footage after this event, jump on to Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Check out all the best highlights from tonight. But this is the double up. The last jump from Libor Podmol. Cliffhanger backflip. landing it perfectly. All right. Well, that was the trick, actually, that Libor finished his qualifying on, was the cliffhanger backflip. I know he's got big tricks. So I wonder if Libor just wasn't feeling it. Cliffhanger flip was big, don't get me wrong. But I wonder if he just decided at the last minute, take this option, it's safe. He's been doing this trick for like 15 years, and there's still guys who have never done it, especially as big as Libor Podmol. So cliffhanger backflip in the double up to finish the first round at Night of the Jumps of 2026. Heel clicker to Indy backflip, increasing the amplitude from the heel clicker to super flip, going in with the Indy. That's the super can Indy backflip. Technical combo, getting twisted up off the side of the bike. One hand Indy, rock solid. Nice upright combos. Look through, KOD. Tsunami backflip. Kicking off the seat into that 9 o'clock knack. I love this. That underflip, one of my favorite tricks. There's not many guys who can get that underflip out as good as Libor Podmol. I keep saying it. Libor, it's kind of like the old guys. Libor Podmol, Andre Villa. They are the dudes who mastered that underflip, and I still don't think there's that many guys who have done it that good ever. 41 years of age, 3-time Dakar Rally racer, finisher, 31st position, and last time he raced, I think he was 8th in the big boy class, the class where there's no help. Libor Podmol, 8th at Paris, or at the Dakar Rally down there in Saudi Arabia. Who will go to the top of the hot seat? So Marc Pinyol will stay on the top of the hot seat. Whoa! 85.67. Libor Podmol just didn't make it. What are we looking at? That's like 1.33 points the difference. That is not much in the difference there from Marc Pinyol to Libor Podmol. But I would have to say, I'm not judging, but I would say we've got very accurate results right now. I feel like Marc Pinyol came with that little bit of different variety, the takeoff variety, different combos. I think that is definitely legit. So, now it's time for the last rider tonight. Pat Bowden from Australia came into this event as a bit of a wild card, probably only about a week ago, confirmed that he was going to make it. In that time, his bikes in Australia were breaking down. He was at the mechanics more than he was on his bike. He ended up giving up riding up on the Goldie near Brisbane, out of Callum Shaw's house, drove down to Sydney. He was riding the Yamaha YZ250 for a couple of days just to get that old feeling back. An hour before he got on his flight from Sydney to Berlin, he jumped on the fully electric Starkwagen. All 80 horsepowers of this gnarly bike. He jumped on 1 hour before the flight, rode the Stark, landed a double flip, packed his bags, and went to the airport. Here we are. This is the last rider of the night. First jump of the final. Double backflip. Are you kidding me? Pat Bowden opening the final with a double backflip. Is that to get rid of the nerves? It's like, I'm going to get my hardest trick out of the way. Massive no-handed backflip. That is like, actually, it's not even no-handed. That's like a recliner backflip. Nobody else doing a backflip no-hander like that. No-hand front flip. Oh, okay, here we go. I love when riders start to link tricks like this together in a run. No hand backy, no hand fronty. Let's see if he keeps this up. Oh! Portier backflip! Portier backflip! Portier backflip on the next gen. I just heard Andy Breivik call me out because that's like one of my favorite tricks. Upright. Front flip tsunami! Huge! Massive extension. So, a double backflip. We've got front flip combos. We have seen some massive backflip combos. The Portier. Here we go. Huge ruler backflip. Sending it all the way. There's no gears down there. Oh, he's getting his foot hook ready to go. Flip levers up. Here we go. Keeping the bike rolling. Oh, he kept the bike rolling into the double flip ramp. 1, 2, with a one hand. Oh, he's up. He's up. That was huge. We're going to have to look at the slow-mo. I think he went a little bit too long and got a little bit crossed up with that one-handed double backflip. Will he take his double up? He can still take a double up if he wants. I don't know if he will. If he takes the double up, this would be wild. If he I have no idea. I think he's going to do it. I think he's talking himself into going for the double up, just like Luc Ackermann did. Will this double up be enough to take the win tonight? First round in Berlin. The rock solid backflip after crashing a double up, a double backflip. Are you kidding me? What are you doing, you animal? A rock solid flip after crashing a double flip. Pat Bowden, is he going back for another jump? That's for you guys. Cliffhanger backflip. Are you kidding me? Pat Bowden. Luc Ackermann, same. Massive crash. And he got back up and he continued to ride out. I better sit back down. That was wild. Luc Ackermann also got back up, finished his run. Pat Bowden, double backflip crash, got back up, finished his run with a rock solid flip. And that would be one of the most technical combos in the world. And he did it after a crash. This was it. The double backflip, a little bit under-rotated. One-handed, little bit under-rotated. And that's what spat him off. And he luckily slid perfectly. So directly under Pat right there actually is an ice rink. There is ice under that right now. This is how he started the run. Perfect double backflip, recliner backflip. Nobody does that trick like Pat Bowden. No-handed front flip. I love that linking of the backy to the fronty. Portier backflip. How many guys have done that trick? Like 2, maybe 3. Tsunami front flip. Big combos the whole way through. One of the biggest ruler flips you'll ever see on the next gen ramp. He just kept bringing the heat. This was the rock solid flip. Technically that was on the double up. That counted for Pat Bowden. That is wild. All right, so before we find out who is going to win, we're going to send out a train. Sapson, Matej, Cesak, Libor, Podmol, Pat Bowden, Marc Pinyol, Wyatt, Fontenot. sending it on the next gen. And then we've got the BMX mountain bike scooter guys, Jimi, Brandt, Reto, Heini, Tom Pfeiffer, Alejandro, Bonafe, Nicholas Disler, Tim Fleischer, Vinny and Lenny Leitner on the trampoline. Wyatt Fontenot finishing off the freestyle train. Peter Castka, Maty Pekarek, Jerome Hollinger, Tobias Freigang. And was that Leon Binckebanck went for a triple backflip? I think Leon Binckebanck just went for a triple backflip on the last jump. Man, killed it. I've got Pat Bowden. I don't know if you guys, we do have a camera. Come this way. We've got the camera, Pat Bowden right behind me, loving it. Was that enough to take the win, including a crash? That is a very difficult proposition for the judges because every trick was so big. One mistake. That's a tough one. I don't know. Personally, from watching it as an observer, yes. I would say, yeah, that could win. But that crash, does it count the full points of that jump? He then missed the trick because of the crash. He still got the double up in, and all of those tricks, they were some of the biggest tricks in the game. Does one big mistake destroy it? So, whoa! By .33. Is that right? Wait 2 seconds. I think Pat Bowden has won by .33 over Marc Pinyol. Whoa! In 2025, if you watch Night of the Jumps live streams, when I call results, what I feel, generally I'm wrong compared to the judges. But I just had a feeling, I'm like, the tricks were massive. I don't know, my personal feeling was I think it could just be enough to win. And tonight, I actually was right. I feel like I need to give myself a pat on the back for that one. Pat Bowden, the winner here tonight in Berlin, round number 1. Marc Pinyol so close to another win at Night of the Jumps, but he is in second position, 87.00. And Libor Podmol again on the podium, 85.67. Libor Podmol has been on the podium every single time he comes to Night of the Jumps for 3 years now. The old guy, 41 years old, continues to do it. All right, now let's head on over to the MTB, BMX and scooter ceremony. In third position, Peter Castka on the scooter. Very, very, very well deserved. I'm going to say it again. Peter Castka, most improved rider at Night of the Jumps, in my opinion. In second position, Alejandro Bonafe. And that means your winner tonight. I'm pretty sure that's an asterisk by this. I'm pretty sure the first time he has won at Night of the Jumps, Tom Pfeiffer over Alejandro Bonafe. They battled at every single round in 2025, and the opening round here tonight, Tom Pfeiffer taking the win. Very well deserved. All three guys, actually everybody tonight in every discipline. Fantastic. There we go. Alejandro's ready to go. Tom Pfeiffer and Petr Castka. They are your three podium places. 2 mountain bike riders and a scooter rider on that podium tonight. Tom Pfeiffer holding the golden Brandenburg Gates trophy on top of the podium. 91 points. The best 2 jumps count, or the best 2 scores count. Tom Pfeiffer 91 points. Alejandro Bonafe 90.2 and only 0.4 behind Petr Castka. Maty Pekarek, fantastic job at 87.3, narrowly missing out on a podium. Reto Heini in 5th. And now we make our way to the freestyle motocross podium. I will be running over there very shortly, and I'm going to get a very quick interview with a couple of these guys, so don't go anywhere. I want to get a couple of thoughts out of these boys, so don't go anywhere. Libor Podmol, again on the podium. 2010 world champion, 6 times runner-up world champion, and on the podium every time the last 3 years at Night of the Jumps. Libor Podmol in 2nd position, so close to the win. Marc Pinyol, what a night for him. The backflip drop, perfect. What a great run from him in the final. And the wild card himself, the Joker from Australia. The 2nd time in 6 months that he's been at Night of the Jumps. He is back on top of that podium by 0.33. There was nothing in it. Pat Bowden taking the first points of the 2026 championship here in Berlin. Oh no, Libor's copped the champagne in the eyes. As we go into the national anthem.
And the crowd was awesome. Berlin was so loud. You guys better come back next time.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. One thing I wanted to talk about was that side saddle landing on an airbag with a back brake, because normally you've got a handbrake right on the start, but you had to go foot brake.
Yeah, but the guys do it right on gas bikes, so it's just, it's electric bike. So once I landed, I was like, oh yeah, let me get my foot over. I don't want to run into the wall, but it was awesome. I can't complain. I'm glad you guys like it. It was fun. It was awesome. Big smile.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Wyatt. We will see you again, I am absolutely sure. And we're going to go get a couple more interviews. See you soon, buddy. You've got it, baby.
Let's go. I'm so stoked. Like Berlin, it was so nice. Everyone was hyped. And I'm so stoked to got first place. First time here on Night of the Jumps. So every time I got second or third place, but this time, let's go!
Oh yeah, that's what we like to see. Next event, we're in Munich. Do you have some special tricks up your sleeve, knowing now that you can take a win?
I have planned some more tricks, some new tricks, but I don't tell them, I show you.
Oh, there we go. See you guys in Munich. That will be April 25, I believe, at the Olympiahalle. See you then, buddy.
See you there.
And we're with the winner again, the second time you've been to Night of the Jumps in the last 6 months. Dresden, you came out of nowhere, dominated, you took the win. Coming into Berlin, you did not have an easy preparation, but you pulled everything out, including a crash, and just took the win. How does it feel?
It feels good. Like, it's bittersweet because I'm safe. That's the main thing. Had a big crash, obviously. But if I'm honest, seeing Luc crash out of the competition, that kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit because, you know, all day I'd been, like, winding myself up to go head-to-head with Luc. I'm like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to beat him. I wasn't going to settle for anything less than that. But then when he crashed out, I'm like, well, obviously it's still a competition and I'm going to compete against these guys. But with what I had written on my trick list, yeah, I'm going to win, definitely. But I don't need to push it this hard. But what do? So, yeah, I just did it anyway. But that's the exact point that was in my mind. Like, there's a lot at stake. I don't need to risk this much, but I'm going to do it anyway, even though I don't need to. If one little thing goes wrong, I'm going to lose the whole thing. I could take the easy route, but I'm not one to take the easy route, so I took the hard route. Luckily, it paid off, but we're up there on the box, and Marc was talking smack to me. He's like, friends are friends, but, bro, you don't deserve that. And I'm like, what do you mean, bro? I'm not going to argue, but where's your double backflip one-hander?
Well, that's the thing. Now, I'm not a historian. It has happened before where a couple of guys in the past have had a crash and it's still been enough because you started with a double backflip. You came with big tricks. You had the crash on a double backy one-hander. So you kind of got the landing, but it just kind of spat you off the side. You got up. You still did a rock-solid backflip in a double-up. You still had the double-up. That was probably the last saving grace. That was the thing that probably got you over the line. Is that what you felt like at the time?
Well, I don't know the rules on how this thing works, but after I crashed, I looked at Rachel and I'm like, do I keep going? She goes, you're out of time. I'm like, nah, let me just see what I can do here. So maybe it was a little bit rigged. Maybe I shouldn't have won, whatever. I did win. That's all that matters. Sorry, Marc. Better luck next time. No, I didn't watch his run, so I'm not going to argue. Like, I didn't see his run. I'm sure he did a crazy. He's probably the craziest guy I know. So all due respect to Marc, but I'm just glad to be safe. Honestly, like after such a crash like that, it all happened so quick. I don't fully remember what happened or how I hit the ground, but I'm not even saw the tiniest bit. I noticed a bit of damage on the bike. The new Levi foot hook's bent. That's kind of a bit saddening, but all in all, I'm stoked. So Night of Jumps, thanks for having me. The next one's going to be crazy, though.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Pat Bowden. First win of the season. We'll see you, and we'll see you guys at home. April 25th, we'll be in the Munich Olympiahalle. Get your tickets. See you there. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
That's not live, is it?
13.
Nur mit dem eigenen Körper im Wind fliegen? Das geht in der Hurricane Factory Berlin, dem größten deutschen Windkanal für Indoor Skydiving. Gemeinsam mit einem Profi abheben. Ein unvergessliches Abenteuer, Spaß und Adrenalin pur. Ein spannender Ausflug in eine neue Dimension. Keinerlei Vorkenntnisse erforderlich. Hier fliegen Kids schon ab 5 Jahren. We believe you can fly. HurricaneFactoryBerlin.com, der Hauptstadt-Windkanal.
I'm ballin', look at all these chicks. Whip it up, all these rocks on my wrist. Bring it back, 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 back. Bring it. I got you moving. I got you moving.
Der Wings for Life World Run. Überall zur gleichen Zeit.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go! Go!
Am 10. Mai laufen wir gemeinsam für alle, die es nicht können, um eine Heilung für Querschnittslähmung zu finden. Sei dabei.